on the lemon-colored door, and voila, you've reached the Reutmans. Her mother had already started planning the wedding. As Anna walked in, she was sprawled in her house robe on the living room rug, the names of family and friends scattered around her on little pieces of paper. "Table 12, she muttered, dooming several slips of paper to this particular fate. Anna K. required no pleasantries at the door, no kisses, no interruption of routine. She had her own set of slippers in the hall closet. They were pink chenille, worn down at the heel. She slipped off the shearling, releasing the scent of lavender, the fresh smell of outdoors, mingled with Penn Station sweat. She had just seen off her fiancé, Alex K., on a business trip to Philadelphia. "Hello, Mamuchka," she said, giving her mother, then her father, a kiss. Papachka sat in his boxers on the living room couch, buried inside a Novoye Ruskoye Slovo. His fingers were black with newsprint. He thumbed through the paper in his white, stretched-out tank top, his rolled-up socks. "Can you believe what's going on in the world?" he said without looking up. "Did you know that we have another Stalin and he has practically the same name?" When not spearheading the demise of yet another unprofitable business venture, Papachka's most sustained interactions were between himself and the paper, lovingly folded and chronologically filed away, only to be thrown out by Mrs. Reutman when he wasn't looking. "Nu ist to, Papa. We know, we know." The wedding would be at Fabergé, the classiest Russian restaurant in Brighton Beach. The restaurant boasted that its dancers were all former Bolshoi Ballet Corps ballerinas, although Anna believed they were shipped directly from Uzbek strip clubs. Only the best vodka for Anichka's wedding. It was already decided, none of that Smirnoff crap, only the best wine, one that costs more than $20 a bottle. For God's sake, you can't go to Lohmann's on everything. It was her turn now, Natasha Reutman, and how long she had waited for it to be her turn. Her daughter. How many questions had she been forced to answer about her daughter's single status, her American, non-Jewish boyfriends? Her beautiful Anna, unhappy despite all her physical advantages, eyelashes that needed no curling, skin the color of coconut flesh, breasts that called attention to themselves. Really, they were lovely breasts, nothing at all like her own had been, lumpy and conical. Sure, they had had to work on those thick, snarling eyebrows and leg hair early in Anna's life. They had had to buy her a first bra when she was only 9, but what teenage girl didn't have a few adjustments to make when transitioning into womanhood? And yes, Natasha could admit that Anna tended to stoop when she sat in backless chairs, like a drooping reed, her nose almost in her soup, and she did look thoroughly washed out in browns and taupes, and she could use a little teeth whitening. And if she followed Natasha's prescription of running a tea-infused ice cube over her eyes in the morning, all that puffiness around her eyelids would be reduced. But considering Rosa's daughter had been dyeing her gray hair for 8 years now, Anna was in pretty good shape for 37. On the carpet, the future Anna K.'s mother divided people, carefully arranging them into different strata of tables. The Manhattan Russians in the front, closer to the stage, the best seats in the house, followed by the outer boroughs Russians, the California Russians, the New Jersey Russians, and so forth. The Midwestern Russians would be squirreled away at the back tables. She didn't blame them, of course, but what could the poor dears do with nowhere to go in the evenings among all that snow and industrial soot? How could they know you don't wear turtlenecks to classy Brighton establishments? Or even worse, taking that single good dress out of mothballs, forgetting one has worn it to countless birthdays and anniversaries and weddings, the same too small special occasion dress, with its lacy arms, its mermaid shape, its matching fringe-heavy shawl. No, the Midwesterners would sit right there, Anna's mother decided.